Chase Elliott, NASCAR's superstar, weighs in on the Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Kyle Busch altercation that resulted in a record-breaking $75,000 fine. But that's not all. Elliott's also gearing up for an exciting double duty at Charlotte. Subscribe to NASCAR today, and let's get right into the video. NASCAR superstar Chase Elliott couldn't believe his ears when he heard about the $75,000 penalty. In a press conference, Elliott expressed his surprise, saying, "Wow, it is a lot. It's a lot of money. That seems wild to me."
Wow.
Yeah.
I heard he got fined. I didn't know it was 75 grand.
Yeah, 75 grand. So I guess I was going to ask if you thought it was appropriate, but I don't know if you've thought about it much. But
I have
do you think
not.
that's a lot? You know, I mean,
Yeah,
obviously.
it's a lot of money. That seems wild to me.
He wasn't the only one shocked by the hefty fine. It's the highest in NASCAR history for a fight. The NASCAR All-Star race took a dramatic turn when Ricky Stenhouse Jr. decided to confront Kyle Busch at his hauler after the race. Tensions had been running high throughout the event, and it seemed that Stenhouse Jr. had reached his breaking point. Witnesses reported seeing the driver of the number 47 JTG Daugherty Racing Chevrolet march purposefully towards Busch's location, his body language suggesting that he was ready for a confrontation. As Stenhouse Jr. approached Busch, the situation quickly escalated. Without warning, Stenhouse Jr. threw the first punch, catching Busch off guard. The sudden act of aggression sparked a chaotic brawl between the two drivers, with both men exchanging blows as they grappled with each other. The altercation quickly drew the attention of nearby crew members, who rushed to the scene to either support their respective drivers or attempt to break up the fight. In the aftermath of the explosive altercation between Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Kyle Busch at the NASCAR All-Star race, NASCAR officials wasted no time in handing down severe penalties and suspensions to those involved. The governing body made it clear that such behavior would not be tolerated, and the punishments meted out sent a strong message to the entire racing community. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., the instigator of the brawl, received the harshest penalty. NASCAR fined the driver a staggering $75,000 for violating the NASCAR Member Code of Conduct. The hefty fine served as a reminder that drivers are expected to maintain a certain level of professionalism and sportsmanship, both on and off the track. Elliott questioned NASCAR's decision to promote the incident on social media, while simultaneously fining Stenhouse Jr. He found it strange that they would blast the altercation all over the internet for more clicks, while claiming that it's not okay. It's like saying, "Hey, don't do this, but also check out this crazy fight." Mixed messages much? He said, "I mean, you're going to fine him, but you're going to promote with it. What are we doing?" That is a little strange to me. It is the first thought that comes to my mind. It is not okay, but we are going to blast it all over to get more clicks.
That seems wild to me. Trying to think about, what to say, but yeah, that seems like a lot for that situation. I mean, yeah. You gonna fine him, but you gonna promote with it? Like, what are we doing? That's a little strange to me. It's just my first thought that comes to my mind is it's a lot of money to fine a guy, but it's not okay, but we're gonna blast it all over everything to get more clicks. I don't really agree with that.
Joey Logano and Dale Earnhardt Jr. were among those who shared their thoughts, with Stenhouse Jr. himself jokingly claiming that people would pay him $75,000 to punch Kyle Busch. It just goes to show that tensions can run high in the heat of the moment, and sometimes those moments can come with a hefty price tag. Stenhouse Jr. struggled to understand why NASCAR had chosen to impose such substantial fines and suspensions, particularly in light of the fact that Kyle Busch, the other driver involved in the incident, had walked away safely. The disparity in the consequences faced by the two drivers left Stenhouse Jr. questioning the fairness and consistency of NASCAR's disciplinary process. Dale Earnhardt Jr., one of the most respected and influential figures in the world of NASCAR, weighed in on the controversy, saying, "It was glamorized and sensationalized because it blew up into this big social media thing and everybody was watching it every time. Like Joey said, you turn on your phone That's all you saw. That is how we got to this steep penalty, which I think is unfair. I really do. I think that it's a bit of an overreaction on NASCAR's part. In Earnhardt Jr.'s view, NASCAR's handling of the situation on social media had created an environment where a steep penalty became almost inevitable. He questioned whether the organization had considered the potential impact of its own actions in amplifying the incident and shaping public perception. Many fans and drivers raised questions about the apparent lack of consequences for Busch's actions on the track. The incident that sparked the confrontation between the two drivers was Busch's alleged intentional wrecking of Stenhouse Jr. during the race, an act that some felt warranted disciplinary action from NASCAR. Fans and fellow competitors alike took to social media and racing forums to express their confusion and frustration over the perceived disparity in treatment between Stenhouse Jr. and Busch. They argued that if Stenhouse Jr. was being heavily penalized for his role in the post-race brawl, then surely Busch should face some form of punishment for his on-track actions that precipitated the conflict. Despite the drama, both Stenhouse and Busch plan to be back on the track this Sunday. It'll be interesting to see if there's any lingering tension between the two drivers and how they'll handle racing against each other after the incident. The Stenhouse-Busch altercation has also reignited the conversation about consistency in NASCAR's rules and penalties. Drivers like Joey Logano have emphasized the importance of knowing the rules and understanding the consequences of their actions. They want clarity on what is acceptable and what isn't, both on and off the track. However, achieving consistency in judgment calls is no easy feat. Every situation is unique, and there's often a gray area when it comes to determining the appropriate penalty. NASCAR has to navigate these challenges while ensuring that the rules are enforced fairly and consistently across the board. As fans, we can only imagine the pressure and intensity that drivers face in the heat of the moment. Emotions run high, and split-second decisions can have lasting consequences. While we may not always agree with the penalties handed out, it's important to remember that NASCAR is tasked with maintaining a safe and competitive environment for all drivers and teams. Chase Elliott is excited to run double duty at Charlotte. Like his teammate Kyle Larson, Elliott will be pulling double duty this weekend, but with a twist. While Larson's races are at different tracks on the same day, Elliott's will be at the same racetrack on subsequent days. That's right, he'll be burning rubber at Charlotte Motor Speedway in both the Xfinity and Cup Series races. Despite the challenges that come with a double-duty schedule, Chase Elliott couldn't contain his excitement. In the press conference, he mentioned, "We were all pretty laid back about it. It wasn't a huge thing. It just worked out that Charlotte fit my schedule and it fit their schedule."
Pretty laid back about it, and it wasn't a huge thing. So just the way it worked out, yeah, Charlotte, fit, and it fit my schedule and fit their schedule. And
he saw it as an opportunity to get more laps in at the track and was thrilled that everything aligned perfectly. Elliott's enthusiasm is understandable, given his impressive performance so far this season. He's already secured a playoff berth with a Cup Series win at Texas and has racked up 8 top 10 finishes and 6 top 5 finishes. It's clear that the Napa-sponsored driver is in top form and ready to take on the challenge of running 2 races in one weekend. Well, there you have it, folks. The inside story of the Stenhouse-Busch altercation, the record-breaking fine, and Chase Elliott's thoughts on it all. It's clear that the incident has sparked a larger conversation about consistency in NASCAR's rules and penalties. Drivers like Joey Logano are calling for clarity and fairness across the board, but it's a challenging task for NASCAR officials. Meanwhile, Chase Elliott's double duty at Charlotte reminds us of the incredible skill and dedication of these drivers. So, what do you think about the Stenhouse-Busch incident and the state of NASCAR's rules and penalties? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to NASCAR Today for more exclusive content.